Hi, everybody. I wanted to connect in to our Gathering Wisdom tribe to wish you all happy holidays if you are celebrating in the US this week, and talk a little bit about Thanksgiving and moving into this holiday season that can be a little bit tricky or challenging, filled with delight for some and filled with some sadness or some sorrow for others. One of the things that sometimes I feel moving into this Thanksgiving season for myself personally is that this is an anniversary of a time of grief for me. And many, many years ago, I had an experience of going to a Thanksgiving dinner very soon after my older brother died. And it was certainly a time that I was navigating grief and feeling a lot of grief. As an introvert, and although I'm a teacher and do a lot of teaching and connecting with all of you, my clients and in classes and in programs, I am quite an introvert and I do need a lot of personal time to process. And so as an introvert, it was hard for me to get to that holiday meal. And then I sat down, and as in many families, and this was an extended family and actually an in-law family, there were traditions of going around and speaking to gratitudes. And I wanted to scream. I wanted to scream, I wanted to jump up, I wanted to throw something, and I wanted to run out of the house. But my young children were there. I needed to manage my impulse to share grief or express grief. And so I swallowed it and I sat there, choking out some platitude to fit in. The reason I bring this up is because sometimes we're ambivalent about our own relationship at these celebratory times. Some of us may have, different traditions or have old triggers or old wounded places around seasonal celebration. So one of the things I really want to invite is truth-telling, tapping into the story that is true, that is rising, that is yours. For me, as I'm coming close to this holiday, I remember being forced to share gratitudes that I couldn't feel, that I couldn't touch. That was an inappropriate time for me to be able to reach down and find that pool of gratitude within myself. I needed some distance. I needed some space. So how could you make space for yourself this weekend, this week, going into this holiday season, activating more in the direction of self-care than performance? I have other stories I could share, but I'm not going to. This is the story that I really wanted to bring into Gathering Wisdom. And I think it speaks to different needs at different times, and that one person's traditions is not going to fit or suit another. In all of my work, I'm very conscious to always make invitational space for people to share, because we're not always ready to share and we don't always know what we feel. The creative process can't be brought necessarily to a dinner table in certain traditional ways, but it can be brought into your own awareness this weekend. And so perhaps it's simply touching the pool of gratitude that I'm going to share with you as a guided meditation. Perhaps it's making space for something that you need, that you haven't received. Perhaps you want to remember or acknowledge grief and loss. Bringing in something that is all yours, only for you, with purpose that you know to be true, might be your seasonal celebration. So I wish you all a good weekend. celebrating or honoring in whatever way is yours. And if you do celebrate Thanksgiving in the US, that's this weekend. If you celebrate Thanksgiving in Canada, it was a number of weeks ago. And I want you to recognize that whatever you're feeling is valid. And it's important to share our stories. So underneath this thread, share a memory or a thought or a moment, some way that you resonate with what I share. And it could be completely different, but something that is true for you about this kind of celebration or honoring or moment or memory that is all yours. And have a wonderful day that you choose.